that.
Even though we do that little clicky at the start, I'm always like, I can't be like, hey guys!
Is that how we're starting?
Do you want to be like,
like James Brown with asthma. Right, so this is our live now. We're serious broadcasters and interviewers.
hi, I'm Danny McLoughlin and this is Brennan Reece.
Okay. Welcome to the Proper Rank Podcast, where we rank podcast. No. Okay.
Isn't it just welcome to the Proper Rank Podcast, the podcast where we rank things properly? There you go. Smashed it.
Hey! Welcome to the Proper Rank Podcast, the podcast where we rank things properly.
I like it.
I'm Brennan Reece.
I'm Danny McLoughlin.
And we've got a brand new podcast.
Hey.
Two men in caps. Can you believe, by the way, out of all the podcasts that have ever existed, I've never done a podcast?
Have you not?
Not really, no.
You've done more pilots than air hostesses in the 90s, you know, to be fair.
They call me Pan Am. Yeah, I've never done one, and people have asked me for ages. I know you've had different ones.
I haven't. This is my first ever one.
First one with pod virgins.
I wonder how we're going to get on.
We're going to fall out in 6 months. If you've never heard of us, we're both stand-up comedians. Danny was MC at my first ever gig.
So basically on this podcast, we're going to be taking subjects or topics and we're going to be ranking them properly. That's why it's called Proper Rank. We're taking stuff that we want to put in a certain order that might already be in an order somewhere else. There might be another list. You've seen those lists like top 5 worst places to live. We're going to be taking them and either agreeing and disagreeing with them or just ripping them up and making them ourselves. There's going to be loads of different ones, random ones. It could be like top worst war crimes. That'd be a good episode compared to like top things that Shane Ritchie was in. It could be anything, essentially. Send them in if you've got yours. We've got loads of our own. It's going to be loads of fun. So look forward to that.
So this pod, where occasionally we'll talk about tits and willies. So what we...
That's the best one, that.
Best tits and willies?
Yeah. Tits, number 1, willies 2. If that's the list.
And then my favourite, number 3, is someone who's got tits and willies.
Oh, yeah.
Banger. By the way, I've realised today, as we can see ourselves in the screen, worst day to be clean shaven for a visual podcast.
Why?
Well, I've usually got facial hair like you, but I did it. I like being clean shaven, but I now I've got a fat head.
Right.
That I can
Is this
see
the
me
reason
head.
why you wanted to re-record this intro? Is because you wanted to,
No, what, just
to be like, get it in there, like, oh, no, oh, you know, when you're like, oh, I'm just useless, and just in case someone else.
what, like simpy boys?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Hey guys, don't comment underneath that. I've got no neck.
Because really, I've got 3.
I've got a throat.
It's mad how many necks you have when you clean shave.
Oh, it's
Like,
horrible.
Hello, necks, my old friend.
Degeneration necks going on here. But it is, you know, when you just become self-conscious and you're like, oh no, not the day that we're going to
Like
record.
your sister neck, your brother neck. You got your necks of kin.
So what we're going to do this week? What have we decided for episode number 1?
Takeaways.
After no necks.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know anything
That's what
about
we
him.
need. Yeah, I think because obviously there's loads of topics we could go niche, but he wouldn't guest on here. But yeah, there's loads of, but we wanted to keep something that everyone has done or everyone is familiar with and everyone is like can get along with and get involved
And also that things that people have got an opinion on, because you're a fussy eater.
I am. Weirdly, not as fussy when it comes to the old takeaways.
Really?
Yeah, you'll find out later on that maybe there's a couple of caveats within a couple of the subsects.
Caveats I always thought was like, do you know the little things that they bring around at a posh do?
Fish eggs.
Fegs. I mean, lockdown was the time for me. I could give or take away a takeaway. But when lockdown happened, fucking hell.
Lockdown was the time for me.
That was it.
Sounded like the guy that invented Zoom. Well, lockdown was the time for
Things
me.
were going bad at home, and then suddenly I thought
just
Skype, but with a different name.
It's gone, hasn't it?
Skype. Skippy.
This week or last week, it's gone. It's gone.
Skippy.
They dropped the bag.
They
They dropped the ball and fumbled the bag. They fumbled the ball bag.
I did on Skype. I was always doing it. Do you know once? Oh, my mum's going to listen to the first episode as well with support. Anyway, once I got...
She'll have to put someone to watch it for 20 minutes before her. And then she comes on and watches it for an hour.
Yeah. I got Skype gypped.
What?
Do you know, like when they go like, we're filming you and we're going to tell your family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, unless you give us £1,000.
Oh, no.
I was like 15. Oh, no. Basically, I was about 15. I was on Skippy talking to a lady in a rude manner.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next thing, I pop up. But, yeah, on theirs. And they're like, we're filming you.
Oh, no.
I was like, no. And then they come up with a whole list of people that I knew off like my MSN contacts. Said, if you don't pay us $1,000, which is cheaper than £1,000.
Yeah. Even more so then, probably.
Yeah. Nearly double.
The exchange
it's about 560 quid then.
You got that now.
I could get back. If Skype exists now, I could get back on.
You could do that now.
I could be wanking. And I just ignored it. And then they kept messaging me. Then they messaged me on different platforms. MySpace, my email.
Imagine if they just popped up in your top 8.
Just me. Next to Tom.
Some Nigerian cyber terrorist.
And then cleverly I went, I'm 15. You can't be recording this. It's illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Everything stopped.
That's the best way, isn't it?
Yeah, just pretend you're 15 online. That's the best way for anything,
Have
isn't
you seen you know about Call of Duty? You've heard of it yet?
COD?
Yeah, COD.
Yeah.
You know about COD? Because I didn't want to say COD because I'd have thought you'd be like, oh, right, chippies.
Yeah.
Because it's a takeaway episode. There's a thing you do on this one where you can like hold people hostage on the new COD. You get behind them and then if you move it up and down, it looks like you're bumming them. So loads of people have been there, but someone got gripped.
Bumming in the trenches?
Yeah. So someone got gripped the other day and they started going, and the other voice went, I'm 14, and the guy just released them straight away. It was
like a dove at a wedding.
Yeah.
Go!
Yeah. So,
I always think COD's mad, because they're different wars, aren't they? Some are made up, some are in the future,
Yeah,
and then some are like World War II.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that they're just gone, right, we're going to make a game of your granddad's PTSD?
That's, yeah.
Like, there's granddad.
There was granddad.
But
that's where he went. He went out for milk.
No, he didn't. He went out for milsh.
So, I like takeaways, but
That's the podcast, guys. That's
I
the
also
mistake.
hate takeaways.
Yeah.
I just think there's nothing more like shame-inducing than having a takeaway after it when you look at all the bags and the little bag of lettuce that you didn't eat.
The wet lettuce.
Yeah, and the dips, and you're like, I didn't need that.
Yeah, it's the morning. Have you ever seen Donna meat in the morning? Looks like a dead spider. It's just curled up at the sides. Looks like a child's made a map.
Like tea stain.
Yeah.
Like tea stain meat.
Horrible. I think there's no more shame than going into a takeaway. I went into a takeaway with the brilliant comedian Alan Cochrane once, and
Top
I walked
two.
in, and the guy went, "Boss man," and I'm like, I don't come in here that often.
Yeah.
But he knew my order
That's the worst one, isn't it?
in front of someone.
But even like, it's worse when they know your name.
Yeah.
Like not like now I go in and they call me my name and I'm like,
Daniel as well.
no, Danny. There's part of me that's like, yeah, but then there's like, no, this isn't. It's right. It's like going past like the red light district in Amsterdam and some woman popping out the window and going, Danny, do you want the usual? And telling you your order.
Chips and fries. That's bumming and fanny.
You sounded 11 then. Bumming and fanny.
Imagine going up to
What a double act in Edinburgh that is.
bumming and fanny. Get your keyboard out. We're just girls at the fringe again. Imagine, what do you reckon if you went to Amsterdam and then you met up with a sex worker? Met up.
Yeah, what time do you
You went
finish?
to the window and then you're like going, can I have a go? And they go, here's the menu. And you go, how much for bumming and fanny?
Yeah.
Do you think they'd let you in?
No.
I
always worry. Maybe we should do this on a different episode, like the Amsterdam episode or whatever. But do you think they ever like look at someone who's ugly and go, nah?
I reckon it's to do more with like smells.
Right.
Do you know if they're unclean?
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't.
No.
I'm going swimming in a bit. I can't eat that.
Yeah. Ooh. I get heartburn. I'm
You?
dairy intolerant.
Can you catch heartburn?
Cheesy dick. Do you think that there's a lot of time if someone's like massive, they're like, nah.
Yeah.
I reckon.
But then again, it's money in it. Like they've slept with all of the men that they're just like, oh. It's like when an NHS person like sees another bum or that, whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I just think it might might put you out of business for the day, innit, or something.
Yeah, because I think if you're gonna do it, and I don't think I could, but if you're gonna, 9 a.m.
Oh right.
You want to figure out when the shifts are happening. Do you know when they're clocking off? You want to know what time they start.
Yeah, you don't want to be like 11 o'clock on a Friday.
No.
Just like
3 a.m. on a Friday. Do you know when you go in a takeaway and you go, what have you got left?
You did well there to get it back. You smashed it.
I did it. That's broadcasting. Do you know what I did then? Put my arm around the back of the thing and went like that.
Oh, what with the forklift?
Yeah, just got us right back into the spot.
Have you seen that girl who's like gone viral and probably will have an OnlyFans now because she works in the Chippy that's gone? There's like a Chippy in like West Brom.
Right.
And she's called like the Chippy Diva or something. And because she's like, she's not fit, but she's like Chippy fit.
Chippy fit?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like Argos fit in there and like
There's
Chippy fit.
The Subway fit.
Yeah. So people are like lusting after her.
Because she's Chippy fit?
Yeah.
Wow. And then do you reckon her OnlyFans will be at home or do you think it'll be on the counter?
Only scrans.
But
I don't know. But she probably won't have that. But I think she probably gets asked for that. That's what dudes do now, innit?
What's your OnlyFans?
What, have you got an OnlyFans?
Isn't it mad that loads of people have OnlyFans?
Yeah, good for them.
I did a TV show during lockdown where we had to eat, and the amount of messages I got off like creeps being like,
spitting out.
Mukbang.
Oh yeah, what's that? When you just eat loads of shit?
But you get it all over you. Yeah. Me get a crock on boosh all down me.
Muck and bang.
Yeah. I ate octopus tentacles. That was the one that people were going for. I ate these full octopus tentacles. And people were going like, "Oh, seeing you on Channel 4 eating octopus tentacles."
People like that, but that's a genre of porn, isn't it?
Hentai.
Yeah,
no.
But
is
like
it hentai?
There's like
Tentacles.
I'm sure I've seen a dildo that's the shape that looks like a tentacle.
Yeah,
like Ursula and that.
Do you want to know the best? Do I say it on here?
Or do you wait for top 5 dildos?
Dildos. There is a dildo or a sex toy around with the best name I've ever heard of a sex toy.
Right.
Do you want to try and guess?
What does it do?
So it sucks a bit and licks a bit, I think.
Right. I don't know.
It's a lady's name and an animal.
Beryl platypus.
Not my mum's name.
Oh shit.
My favourite animal.
But platypus, because do you see where I got there?
Yeah, like a platter.
It makes a platter out of the puss.
No, it's not that. One more guess.
Susan Ocelot.
Not far off.
Oh.
Tracy's dog. Tracy's dog. Someone has been watching Dragon's Den. Some crumbs have fallen down.
You couldn't do it without. You'd be like, "Oh, I'm so horny," and then you'd be like, "Tracy's dog has got it going on." Baby, can't you see some alone time for me?
Where the fuck is mom? She's upstairs with Tracy's dog. Tracy's, that's gone through me. It's Tracy's dog.
It's like Bernard's watch.
She pops it in and time stops.
Tracy's dog.
Tracy's dog. It's one of the biggest selling sex toys in the world now.
How much is it?
About 100 quid.
Oh. What's good about it is the battery life is 7 years longer than that.
Imagine just going to get Tracy's dog put down. Take it into CEX.
You just go to a pub and you're like, "Excuse me, are you dog friendly?" "Yeah, we allow dogs. All dogs." Yeah. Meet Tracy.
It's on a lead.
That's when you plug it in.
You need to put Tracy's dog on a lead.
Put the lead on.
It's going to bite a child's face off.
Oh yeah, if you put a condom on it, it's a muzzle.
I wonder if they do like an XL version.
That's banned.
Tracy's dog.
Oh my god.
And then one of the, like, because it's got a bit that goes in and then a bit that goes, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Do you reckon when that fails, its back legs have gone?
Oh Milky eyes.
Milky thighs. So these takeaways, that's the stipulation. Over the counter, you can't sit in, and stuff that you generally get on a weekend.
Yeah, you can sit in, but only if there's like the odd seat and you just...
Only if there's a picnic bench from 1993.
Exactly. Formica.
So the first one that I'd bring up as a heavy hitter, pizza.
I've heard of it.
Yep. Italian, well, it's not really. It doesn't feel Italian when you get it from a takeaway.
No. It's like... It feels Italian in the same way that Super Mario feels Italian. It's like, this isn't real Italian.
Weirdly enough, the person that drops it off does look a bit like Super Mario.
Not anymore.
No?
Not these Super Mariosh.
Super Mamouche.
Yeah. So the thing with pizza, I think this might be the most rubbish one on the list.
What?
Listen to me.
The fingers out.
Because the takeaway pizza suffers because the Italian restaurants also do takeaway. Now, they are excluded from this list.
Banished.
Banished.
But
if I'm getting a takeaway pizza in Chester, I'm not going to where, like, the burgery pizzery place or...
Yeah.
I'm going to the Italian restaurant and I'm getting a takeaway from there. So that's why the pizzas we're talking about might figure low on my list, because the pizzas that are available to this list stipulation... are shit.
You've come in with some hard rules here.
Shit. Like, if I'm getting a takeaway, I'm going to La Fattoria, the Italian restaurant, which is amazing, and they'll just do it, and it'll be cheaper than sitting in, well cheaper than Doms.
But
Like,
there's something about one of them doughy, greasy,
I honestly
makes a cardboard box go see-through.
I hate it. And I think that is why, because the ceiling of the takeaway pizza can be so much higher.
Yeah.
Like, if you could get a burger at 10 o'clock on a Friday from, like, I don't know, Hawksmoor.
But there are those pizza shops. There's one in Manchester called Corner Slice.
Right.
It's like Detroit style.
They're not delivering to your house.
Yeah,
though,
they
are
are.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the difference with me and you in this is, and some other people, it's where everyone lives, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're living in just a town, if you're living in Skipton,
Unlucky. Thoughts and prayers.
pizza's the best thing you've ever had.
Yeah.
But you're getting,
you'd be like, what's pizza?
Generic box with a Italian chef. Yep. There's a thing outside doing this.
Yeah.
Doing that thing.
55 different colour lights on the open sign.
Totally. The same open sign that would be a wank-off massage place.
Yeah, and a vape shop.
Yeah.
It's like you go on opensigns.com and it's there.
It's the number one.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, I know exactly. It's got like open and then like a circle around it.
Little, yeah.
And then it does different LEDs.
And then it's got my favourite bit of a takeaway pizza, the tiny little table that goes on top.
Yeah.
The coffee table.
Yeah, the borrower's picnic table.
I love it. It's I used to keep them when I used to play with wrestlers until the age of 14.
Oh, they're like stools?
Yeah.
14.
What?
Tune into next week's top 5 virgin moments.
It was bad. My mum had to say, I think
you had to have a wrestler intervention.
Yeah. My mum had to say, it's WWE now, Paul.
Like, when I was 15 and my dad told me to stop playing with Jake the Snake, it was different to what yours mum was. She actually meant the wrestler.
If you keep playing with them wrestlers, you're going to go blind. Yeah, what happened?
Like, I'm just going to walk me dog, mum.
What happened is I just used to love wrestling so much and love the figures, and I used to play the CD as they walked down. But then my mum was like, you need to stop this. Yeah. Maybe not 14, maybe 12.
Right.
But my dad used to work nights at a factory, so he'd sleep in the day, but I'd still want to play with him. So what I used to do is get the wrestling ring and then put a big thin book. So when I slammed it down, it just went, instead of,
tea towel.
Tea towel.
Would have worked, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But being 12, going, I'm just taking this tea towel to my bedroom. It just looks a bit.
And mum was like, good on you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She doesn't know why. She's like, finally, he's away from them wrestlers. You're just making the Iron Sheik a good play.
But, like, I think pizza does it all. Because you can have whatever flavour you want. I know it's usually cheese and tomato, but then...
I get it.
It's like Ice Cream Factory, but for cheese and tomato.
I get it. And I agree. When we do top 5 foods of all time, pizza might be up there.
Okay.
But in this, it's not there for me, because it's always shit.
So you wouldn't have a Domino's?
I don't like. I will have a Domino's, but what I'm doing weirdly in my older age, scaling back on the pizza. So now I get a personal pizza.
What?
And I get a garlic bread, which is nicer than the pizza. And I get the chicken strips and maybe some wedges.
Wedges?
So I get like,
no.
The wedges are
they're terrible.
They're terrible, but 4 are always dead nice. There's 4 that get cooked properly, and you're like, this is what I want them all to taste like. And then the others taste like
been brought up from the ground.
Yeah.
It tastes like the polystyrene shrimps that you get when you. Do you know what I mean? When you get order a box of something and it's full of polystyrene shrimps.
That's what they're like, isn't it? Horrible packing chips.
Yeah, packing chips.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I used to work in a Pizza Hut. It was my first job. So I got hooked at an early age. That's how they got me.
Yeah. Started off.
Yeah. They used to do this one. I know Pizza Hut isn't included.
Which one?
Do you know what Pizza Hut delivery is?
No, it is. Pizza Hut's included now, I think, because there's. I can't remember the last time I saw a Pizza Hut that you could go and sit in, really.
Yeah.
They're only on next to Pure Gyms, weirdly.
It's where couples differ.
Yeah.
I'll wait here. You go in there.
Go in there.
So I used to work in the Ashton Snipe retail
on the
park.
Snipe?
Yeah. 16 to 18 at the time of my life. Because what I'd do,
2016 to 2018.
yeah. Still playing with me wrestlers.
32. You'll have to wait for this other one. I've just done a choke slam on this pizza.
So what I would do, because I was at college, some of my mates would come to the back door and I'd just give them free pizzas. And then there was a lad who I used to work with called Willie, who was
It's never enough.
Danny Williamson. And what he would do, he used to work on the pass and he'd cut the pizza up, but he'd have this like, do you like one of them ships at Alton Towers?
Yeah.
That's what he'd do, like that.
Yeah.
So he'd do 8 slices, and then he'd do a thin one. And we both have a thin slice of someone's pizza, and I'd go and drop it off at the table.
That's funny.
It was so good. It was so delicious.
No one's complaining about that.
No one knows.
No, but even if they did,
Yeah.
even if they put it all together, like, and there was like, whoa, there's a sliver miss. Can I have my sliver back?
And I'm like, I want pizza now.
That's the big 3, innit? That's the Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole of pizza. Is Dom's, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's.
Where would you rank if we were doing a mini rank of the big 3 pizzas?
Takeaway. I think it's Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's. Like, what the fuck is Papa John's, man?
I like a Papa John's.
Papa John's is like that, like, third Gallagher brother that DJs.
Do you know what I like? What makes Papa John's up there? That weird garlic jizz that they do.
People
I love the
always say
garlic
that.
jizz.
Hack that.
I love garlic jizz.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, garlic jizz.
No, like Papa John's, it's like, also it's like, your dad's called John. Why is Papa John like that? It's weird. It's like, maybe I've watched too much porn historically. Too much Latino porn. And I'm like, oh, Papi John.
Papi John's. Give me the garlic jizz, Papa John. 2 for 1, Papa John.
So yeah, I think it's like to the point where it's like Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's.
Do you know what mine would be? Number 3, Pizza Hut. Number 2, Papi John. Number 1, Domino's.
I think that's because you've worked at Pizza Hut and you've seen.
I've seen how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Horribly.
Yeah, exactly.
The one I used to work at was ranked the worst in the Northwest at one point.
On the Snipe?
Yeah.
Mad.
This is,
16 to 18.
20 years ago. 10 years ago. But there was like rats in the kitchen and that.
Oh, what the hell are you going to do?
Keep working. Not tell anyone.
Pizza's it's not my thing at all.
Do you know the worst pizza I've ever had? It was invented, I think it still exists, by, who's the guy that run, not Halfords, Harrods?
Mohammed Al Fayed.
Mohammed Al Fayed.
The guy that ran Halfords was Mohammed Al Fix Your Bike.
I'm on holiday and there's this thing called Kono pizza.
Right.
So it's a cone of dough.
I get it.
Like an ice cream cone.
I hate it when they just put
Kono.
like bago chips or like
fish o fillet. It's a fillet of fish in it.
Yeah.
Right. So dough cone, and then what they would do. You know what's happening, don't you?
What order did he do it in?
What order?
Yeah.
No. It comes out as one thing.
Cheese tomato.
Cheese tomato ice cream factory, like soft serve, and it comes out and at the machine. So it's full of cheese and piping hot cheese and tomato. But how do you eat it? Because it's still got like the top, like an ice
Put
cream.
a little pepperoni flake in it.
Breadstick.
Yeah, a little breadstick like have that.
And then you sort of have to like lick cheese
Where
and
did you
tomato.
have this?
So I had it in Torremolinos, but they have it still in Harrods. I don't know how, because it was...
I don't know how, because he doesn't own it now.
Or maybe it's gone in the past year.
Qataris own it, I think.
Really? Oh no, pizza. So that was the worst. That would ruin it. That'd take it down.
That's disgusting.
Horrid.
Weirdly though, watch this for podcasting now. If that was like a naan bread with like chicken tikka in,
If chicken tikka came out of an ice cream machine, you wouldn't be having it.
with a curry though, that wouldn't be as bad. I like
True.
curry.
I like curry.
It's a good take. Do you know the best thing about the Indian takeaway?
Yeah.
Do you know why there's less regret?
Because you get more the next day.
Because they put it in a big square bag, and at the end of it, you just put it all back in the bag.
That is enough to win this whole debate.
Do you know what I mean though?
It's a little bin.
They send it in a little bin.
They go, this is shit.
Just like put it back in the bin and throw it away.
And it's like, there's no branding.
No.
That's what I like about an Indian takeaway. A curry place, zero brand. They don't need it.
Do you know what I feel sorry for? Like people go like, oh, how many chickens must die for them to make all that chicken tikka? How much Tupperware do Indian takeaways kill? They're like, you'll never use this again.
You can't wash it
Absolute
out.
fake tan on this now.
Have you ever got a chicken tikka masala on your work counter?
Oh,
You have to paint the whole kitchen.
Yeah, it's over. It is just a little tiny bit there. Is it saffron or jasmine? It's one of the two.
It's a pain in the ass.
Again, Amsterdam. We're back in Amsterdam. Yeah, and it's the oil. It's great though.
What would your curry takeaway be?
Right. So sometimes, so this is the issue with this, right? With the Indian takeaway.
Whoa.
What?
It sounded like my dad.
Oh.
The issue with the Indian takeaways.
Is there here at all? No. Is the best thing about having an Indian, it differs more. That's the thing. It differs more from the restaurant experience. So what I will say is probably this is the only one on this list where we're allowing takeaway from the restaurant, because normally that is where you get, it's very rare that you just get an Indian takeaway that's just like a curry counter.
Yeah. Curry counter. Didn't catch on, did it? That's the brand of that.
That's an autistic at a Sunday buffet. And all you can eat Sunday curry is you bring the curry counter. 52 jalfrezes. So it's so good in because of the staggered eating times. The classic restaurant appetizer, starter, main.
Never a dessert.
Indian restaurants have got the worst dessert.
They're all the same. They just bring them like it's the same pictures,
It's
and they
like,
go,
yeah. Like,
it's a circular disc,
Yeah.
mint arrow.
with like a cartoon character that went like discontinued in 1986.
Yeah, Marvin the Martian.
Yeah. It's like,
"Hey."
whoa, who's this? He's like, oh, it's Taz's cousin. Baz is the Basmanian devil.
Tasmina.
Is that the same guy that does the basmati rice? But Tasmati rice.
So he's usually up. He's like, it's the noise I make when I eat.
And then after, what do you think sets the? How do you rank curry houses? Okay, here's a mini rank for you.
Yeah. Quick rank.
After 8,
Danger rank.
Bendix mint crisp, then a mint imperial or a lollipop.
What?
When they give you the bill,
Mint crisp.
right? After 8 for me, then a mint crisp, and if it's a mint imperial, I'm never going back.
Sometimes they just bring them out free-handed.
Yeah, like a plunk.
Yeah. And then a lolly. I've not been the dentist. Come on.
Yeah, no, I don't want a lolly.
But and then, are you one of these? I know we've gone into the realm of sitting down having a curry.
That'll happen on some.
My dad has a fucking wash with a towelette. He's like that.
Yeah, like
doing his gooch and that. You're like, Dad, get your Tracy's dog.
So, I think the curry is up there. But again, I always think less regret because of the mini bin.
Yeah.
You get it with the Bindaloo.
Do you know what? This is a mad fact.
Bindaloo, that's me after I've had it.
Twice.
Where have you been?
Vindaloo.
Bindaloo, mate.
Shit in Vindaloo. So,
The chicken shat.
when do you reckon the first Indian takeaway came out?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, do you know it? Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Right. So the fact that you're asking me, well, you know when someone asks you something like this and they're like, guess how old she is? She's either 500.
Will you say that?
No, but or he or whatever. Like,
Or he or them, you run
or
over.
them. They're either 572 or 5.
Yeah.
Like, so it's either going to be like 1066. I can't imagine.
It's my favourite Chinese order, that.
So it was either like the
Just go in and go, give me a William Tell now.
William the Conqueror. Unlucky. William Tell is the guy that shot the apple off the guy.
Oh, fuck.
He fucked it.
Fucked it.
Give me a William the Conqueror. Yeah, that's what it would have been. Or like last week.
Give me the Hastings.
1954.
Nope. This is mad. 1810.
Yeah.
1810.
It's great.
That's like, I don't know that much history, but I'm sure that's before like the bubonic plague. Maybe it's not.
It's absolutely
okay.
not.
The Great Fire of London.
1666.
The First World War.
It's well before that.
It's well before the First World War.
It's 129 years.
When was he chopping his wives' heads off?
1500s.
Okay, fuck that. What about Elizabeth I?
1600s.
Victoria won.
Yeah, around there.
So she might have had a madras. She might have been putting stuff in the bag of shame.
The thing is that the reason that we got to be careful here is there's probably a reason why that was then, because Victoria was also the Empress of India. So we went over there and we did some stuff.
Yeah. Had a gap year.
Yeah, it wasn't
travelling.
It wasn't quite like that. We did some things.
Is this colonialism?
Yeah. So that's probably why it is.
That's what happens when I go to the toilet after a curry. Colonialism. Colonialism.
It's probably that. I don't know the exact. No, Victoria ruled. I think she ruled until like 1890 something or 1902 or something. So
she might have been over there.
She was definitely over there in like
rung up like Martin McFly going, you got to hear this sound, guys.
I think it would have been before Victoria.
Right, okay.
But it's not far. It was either like the one that preceded Victoria or the one before that preceded the one that preceded Victoria. So it's like either one king before or two kings before 1810 probably. But I don't know. I'm just guessing. But yeah, like, so do you know when the first coffee shops were in London?
No.
In like the 1400s or the 1500s.
Why?
Because obviously, like, people think, like, this is why when people watch like a historical drama and there's like a black person in it, they go, "Whoa!" You're like, well, no, there was like, we would obviously go into fucking the Middle East for spices in like whatever. So there would have been, so it might have just been that. It might have just been like, the dude that goes to like, on a gap year and goes, mate, they've got no vape shops here. I might open one.
Yeah.
It might have just been like that. Like, they've gone, mate, they need some.
Well, I definitely think it's that because the same guy, so he brings over Indian takeaways. They're all going mad for it around London. They're all like, whoa, fucking hell. Sakuras. Oof. And then, same guy also opened a place doing Indian head massages.
Mate, smashing it in.
He's like, but that's probably why there's always a hair in Indian food. Because he's like, bit of that in the day, bit of that at night.
Oh. 2 years later, he opened the call centre.
But on that one. On the Bugsy Malone phone.
Need tech support for my horse and cart. So that's good. That's good. I'm into that. I love a little. I'll remember that forever.
Little tidbit.
Genuinely.
Yeah. Go on then, you pick one.
So the thing. I'll tell you one that's a new one that I'm not in. I'm not having desserts, me.
I never have that craving. I never go, oh, should we get waffles tonight?
Yeah, I have that craving for like, I've got a pudding stomach. Have you got a pudding stomach?
Yeah.
So I've got a pudding stomach and I'm never like you say, yeah. Do you know what it is with them things though? It's too messy and they, like less is more, I think, with them places. They're like, oh, let's get something that's really nice and just fucking jizz Biscoff all over it.
Biscoff,
like,
I think, is the biggest.
Biscoff and Bueno. Again, Edinburgh, catch them at the Pleasance. Not Tuesdays. Biscoff and Bueno.
Cash only.
It just ruins everything.
Well, I want to taste the bit of the waffle. The waffle's been drowned in.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Crème.
It's nonsense. I feel like those dessert places are only there because they couldn't think of anything else to do at that late. Like, do you know
and
what
also
I mean?
the cost is nout, but the cost is loads.
Yeah.
Do you know, like you get a waffle, it's 12 quid, and they go, yeah, but there's M&M's, a toenail, and a fortune cookie inside it as well. And you're like, I don't want that.
Yeah, so it's all a bit extra. I think it's a symptom of Instagram. I don't think without. So have you heard my theory that if it wasn't for Instagram, we wouldn't be like breeding French bulldogs or inbreeding all those dogs?
What? Because it's trends.
Yes. So I think people only want to send those things out so people can take. Like if Instagram put a ban, like you have to be 18 to look at a picture of a messy milkshake.
You do, don't you?
But those are loads of them are garbage.
Yeah,
Loads of them dessert shops.
And also, I think if I can do it at home,
it's all like ASMR and stuff. Like I don't like it. I don't. And that's the same with
when a sauce thing starts pumping.
Yeah, not a fan. And that's the same with like smash burgers and that. Like smash burgers are just that's what you make burgers out. It pisses me off. They're like, oh, it's a smash, but what, you've used real mince?
I love a smash burger though.
But it's just a burger. Like I've been making smash burgers all my life.
It's just chopped up a bit more.
Well, I don't think it even. So basically, you get some mince, you season it, you make a ball, you series it, you make a ball out of it, and you flatten it, and that's your burger. Like that's what I've been doing forever.
So, do you think burgers is included in this? The
burger. I always think it's burgers, pizzas, kebabs. That's the trinity in it. Like you get them at most places. The same place.
But do you know, like an American... So I don't like the places that do everything. Do you know when they go, we do milkshakes, desserts, kebabs, curries?
That's the one, that puts me off. Is I don't mind that if you do pizzas, burgers and kebabs, I'm not bothered. But if you throw curries in, I'm not going in there. No, because I think the curry should just be in the curry place.
Yeah. I'm hungry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard that, man.
That's my pudding stomach.
So those like what I would call gourmet trash burger places, I fucking hate. Like
they look like it.
Yeah, they look exactly like this.
Thanks to Les.
Big up Les. And
that's my dad. Not we didn't get a lesbian.
It would have been quicker.
Yeah, it would have been quicker, more sturdy, better colour scheme.
Yeah, I don't like those where it's in a basket or like they're just like, oh, look, me fucking fingers are minging. Like, they're on Instagram.
Yeah, sloppy burgers.
Just like,
and you go, 12 patties.
I hate,
And some frazzles.
Just give me Snoopy, mate. I want one patty. That's it.
Give me Doug Funny right now. There's one patty in the world for me. It's patty mayonnaise.
Unless it's a Big Mac, I don't want two burgers on my burger.
Mate, do you want to hear anything? Because with takeaways, you're always running a risk, especially with our job, where you go from place to place and you're like, kind of looks nice, but might be minging.
Yeah.
So maybe the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Do you know when you hear these stories when people have found stuff in food? What do you reckon the worst thing? You bite into a Big Mac.
Yeah.
What's in there?
Oh, Harold Shipman.
At least the meat would be dead though. Proper cooked. A little one or full,
yeah,
like
no,
a full,
a little tiny one. Like I shrunk myself,
and he goes, "Oh."
I don't know, a mouse or like a rat, half a rat.
Yeah, and a tail coming out your mouth.
Yeah.
Nope. In America a couple of years ago, someone bit into it, and there was a condom, in their Big Mac, and that's horrible. Isn't it? I think that's worse than a rat.
No, I think a rat's worse.
I'm hungry for Johnny's. No, I think it's worse. I don't know whether it was a used one. That is definitely worse.
I don't think it's going to be an unused one. Like, no one's going to go, surely that's just been around and gone in the thing. Or do you reckon someone's done it as a prank? I love pranks, by the way. We should do an episode on that.
Next episode, pranks.
Yeah.
Dare, you know.
No dares, no dares back.
So, what, you think it was a used Johnny?
Well, I think it makes more sense, unless it's a prank. Unless someone's put an unused Johnny in it. But if it's got in accidentally, then that's got to be a used one, because you don't just see unused Johnnies knocking about.
That's worse than a rat. And then, do you know what the manager said? Is
a money off coupon.
Yeah, do you know that used to get on the back of parking?
2 for 22.
Yeah,
like two burgers, 2 small fries for £2.22.
So good, that, wasn't it?
Miss that. I got done once in the shop when they used to have, in Kit Kats used to do a Burger King giveaway. And there was one that was of the best. It was buy a Whopper, get one free.
That's good, that.
And I worked out that if you like squeeze the Kit Kat, is when they were all 4 fingers. You squeeze the Kit Kat, because it was foil on it.
Yeah.
You could see down the thing and you could recognise the picture. And I got caught doing it and I got chased out of a shop.
It's
like, what are you gonna do?
You.
Oh no, I'm still going to buy one.
Yeah, I'm having a Whopper.
Just give me the Whopper one. You Whopper.
Talking of things in things. Ever been to Amsterdam? No. Talking of things in things. In Costco.
Right.
Well, do you ever go Costco?
Love it.
I love Costco. Do you know, this is a side fact to this fact that you don't know yet.
I know this.
Do you know the fact?
About the loss leader?
About the burgers and the...
Hot dogs?
Yeah, and the drinks.
He loses money on them?
Yeah.
But he's not bothered?
No, that was his thing. When he sold it, he said you cannot ever put the price of the chickens up.
Right.
Those chickens are so
the rotisseries?
Yeah.
Never had one.
It's insane.
Do you know what I like? The duck pancakes that you get in like a packet. And you get the sauce, the
little
spring
chops.
onions, the duck. Yeah, it's great.
Never had it.
Should we go now?
Yeah. That's the end of the podcast. guys.
See you now.
Someone bit into a hot dog. Had a bullet in it.
Where was that?
It was in America.
It was in Grimsby. It was really weird.
So she bit into it, bit into the hot dog. There's a live bullet in there.
She had it in her teeth like the mask.
I heard the funniest thing the other day. This is so out of context, but it really made me laugh. I was doing a gig. Oh, we both gig, if you didn't know. We're both comedians.
Well, I do. Brennan stopped.
I'm off for a bit. Until my fucking facial hair grows back. And there was another actor, Luke McQueen. He's so funny.
Right.
Like one of the weird ones. This agent showcase, all the like telly people are there. He was trying to do modern day versions of films. He painted his face green and he went vaping.
That is so funny.
And they fucking hated it. His face was so green. It was so good. Vaping. Shout out to Luke McQueen. I think he's so funny. Vaping.
Is that the guy that used to dress as a cow?
I don't know.
Who's the other Luke? There's another Luke and I get them mixed up.
Luke McQueen is the one about 8 years ago at Edinburgh. He'd hired out something like The Grand, and it was Frankie Boyle one night only, and it sold out instantly. And then he walks out at 11 o'clock at night and he goes, he's not coming, it's just me. People went fucking ballistic. So she bites in the thing. It's got a bullet in the Costco hot dog. A few days later, she's like, I feel a bit ill. Swallowed another bullet. Live bullet.
Dead?
No, she didn't go off.
I wonder what she got for that. I don't mean like lead poisoning. I mean like she would have sued.
You got to sue.
Got to sue.
It's like that one who sued for the hot apple pie.
Ugh. Hot coffee on it?
No, hot apple pie.
Oh, right.
Got millions. Too hot.
The coffee one's the famous
What's
one.
that
It's
one?
like she sued McDonald's for
Hot
that's
coffee?
why I asked her what to say hot. Don't
Mad.
because the coffee was too hot, and it turned out that the coffee actually was too hot. Like it was hotter than it should have been.
Wow.
I can't remember. There's a documentary. We're doing it a disservice because there's an actual journalistic documentary with facts and stuff. But check that out. Don't confuse it with the hot coffee. Don't put hot coffee Grand Theft Auto in the. There was like a mod in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas where you could see them fucking, and it was called the hot coffee. CJ,
No way.
yeah.
Fuck.
Hot coffee mod. It was called.
Right, so we've done pizza, we've got curry, burgers, desserts. Another one for me,
Go on.
chippy. Well, with a chippy, I just think it's got its day. It's got its time. I don't know why chippy's open on a Monday to Thursday and a Saturday to anything else.
It's got a song.
What?
I hate that. You know that the Lancashire Hot Pots, that Chippy Tea song.
What is it? What you having for your chippy tea?
Yeah,
I'm having a thing. I'm
like
having a thing.
Yeah,
that.
like that,
No.
yeah. I've just never been a big chippy, like what the offerings are. Like I like pies, but weirdly I don't like chippy pies.
Right, okay.
Like if I have sausage, it's never from the chippy. Like there's like free sausage I like.
But the
in
chips
the
are the best.
The chips are good, but
Yep.
they can be shit.
True. The fish is
I don't eat
phenomenal.
fish.
Oh,
So this is what I mean. Like, I would never have like a burger from the chippy, like
No.
a battered burger. I
No.
think it's egregious. So
what about a scallop and gravy muffin?
absolutely not. And also, I'm too fussy. Weirdly, I'm too fussy for the chippy. So if I get a chip,
It's the most beige place.
a chip batch, what you would call a chip muffin,
Chip muffin.
from East Manchester, I only get them if I'm like, have you pre-buttered all the batches? And if they have, I don't have it because I don't want the green. So
What, when you get half, like a chunk of butter going on one side?
yeah, so and then when they separate it like that, and like it just stays on the top, and then all the bottom
the
bread's
little
ripped.
buttery stalagmites.
Yeah, all the bread's ripped on the bottom. So if they don't butter them, then I like it. So
you
I'll make a chip butty.
You want live buttered baps?
No, I don't butter it. The sauce will be my lube. Because it's greasy, and that's the thing. The chips are greasy enough.
Yep.
Butter is so you don't have dry food. But a chip butty with a dry batch is never going to be dry because the food's so greasy.
What about pudding? Like a steak pudding?
Suet pudding? No. Oh. I don't like any of the food.
I love all that. What day are we on? Oh, we're nowhere near it.
No. Oh. And like the peas.
No, peas can fuck off.
And like when they do, we used to call it white people's curry. You know, like that, like yellow curry with raisins in. That's disgusting.
They call it Irish curry.
Right? No, it's disgusting. It's white people's curry.
It's like a mince pie.
It's like why you put in fucking
spicy mince
potpourri in the curry? It's nonsense. And like
that's posh police, you know. That's the police in Chelmsford.
The Oxford police.
Yeah, the potpourri.
And I used to like the gravy, but I think you can't set your watch by it anymore. It's too everything. I'd have basically to have my ideal chippy. I'd have to be like, mate, can I taste the chips? Can I taste the gravy?
Like you're at a gelato place. They give you a little fork.
Yeah.
I'll have a cone of them.
Can I taste the gravy? Is it white people's curry? Like I just don't like it. Do you know what's the best thing about the chippy? The cans.
The cans when you get in D&B.
D&B.
Dandelion and burdock.
Yeah. The place there at the Pleasance as well.
So are fizzy leaves. Cream soda she's on.
Nepo baby. I think the chips are always the best in a chicken shop.
Thin.
Do you know the best chicken shop, I think, is Pepe's?
Oh, the brand Pepe's.
Yeah. I think because they do fried or like
peri-peri.
Yeah, Paul peri-peri.
You say peri-peri?
I think it's pronounced peri-peri. It's spelt peri-peri, but it's pronounced peri-peri, I think. To the point now where people are actually writing peri-peri because that's what...
Peri.
Have you ever had Kevin? You have Kevin and peri-peri and it's like...
And then I get the meal and I go large.
Yes. So the Chinese is my I don't right, I know we try and do the list at the end, but I don't think the Chinese is the best. It's my favourite. And the reason is the menu is so I'm always in the mood for something.
But there's too many, like who's having
there is over 1 billion.
There's too many options on the menu. I don't want fucking beef dick in oyster sauce. Number 144. Like I think it needs.
There's about 6 things I can have.
What are the ones?
So I like Szechuan chicken. I like that.
Mad, I've never had it.
It's fucking great.
Is that spicy?
Yeah, it's really good.
Szechuan.
Sometimes I just have chicken fried rice, chips and curry sauce, like proper basic bitch.
I could deal with that.
Love that. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, shall I get chicken chow mein dry? So it's like chicken noodles.
Yeah.
I fucking love those char grilled onions. You know,
onions are the base of any of these.
So when I have chicken fried rice, I'm like, can I have onions in it? And they always say, do you want spring onion or regular onion? I was like, both. Love it.
Double O's.
Yeah, and then sometimes, you know what I say? This is mad. And I suggest that you should do this. Can I have half the peas that you were going to put in it?
I think I've overdone it on the Chinese because one of my best mates at primary school and secondary school, Matthew Lee.
Oh, yeah.
L.I.
Matty Lee?
Yeah. His mum and dad used to own the Golden Bridge Chinese.
Where's that?
In Audenshaw. My brother and sister used to work at it. So after school, we'd walk back past his on my way and his mum and dad would be like, do you want anything? Meaning, do you want 4 chips?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah. And I'd be ordering fucking ribs. You'd see him every time. They'd be like, oh. And then they had to ask me mum and dad, can you have a word with him? Because I was getting like £10 meals every day.
Fucking hell.
I was going like, so I'll have sweet and sour chicken, half chips, half rice, and then I guess I'll just have some prawn toast. I'm like 14 years old. They're like, okay.
It's just it's the best. And also Ken's as well. It's one of the few remaining places that'll give you a bag of prawn crackers if you spend over 20 quid. That's dying out, that.
Prawn crackers and poppadoms, what are they made of?
Flour, I think.
Delicious.
Poppadoms is flour, I think.
Delicious.
Is it garam flour, I think?
Matthew Lee as well. He got a nickname because he used to make shit up, and he said he went to Hong Kong on the weekend on a Super Concorde, 2 hours there, 2 hours back.
What's his nickname?
Matthew Lie.
Yeah, obviously I was going to say, if it's not Matthew Lie.
John Lee.
Jackie Chan.
We're back. We've had a chat. We've had a row.
We've deliberated.
And we've come up with our top 5. Now, if you don't agree with it, get involved.
Suck your mum.
Suck your mum.
Suck your mum.
I'd get involved.
Yeah, do
more
that,
than sucking
actually.
your mum.
Maybe this is why none of my podcasts have been successful. I should have been inviting people to get involved.
That's my number.
Instead of telling people to suck them.
How about you just turn it off and fucking do your own podcast then? While sucking your mum. Where do you know suck your mum? What?
We'll do it on
Is it
top 5.
Is it breastfeeding?
Ghetto slangs.
That's not in top 5, is it? Suck your mum.
It's in Top Boy.
Baby.
That's me and Scrabble.
That's me at the end of a roast.
Yeah, that's the dog's bowl while I'm having a roast. It's got baby.
That's what happens when a bear actually shits in the woods, because you can't do both.
Oh, at the same time?
Yeah.
Can you not?
You can't just have a poo without a wee.
Don't challenge me. don't bring it to top 5 impossible tasks. Okay.
So what are we going in for number 5?
Number 5, because of the reasons said, and like, it's chicken for me.
Fried
chicken. Fried chicken is, and it might be a location thing, like I said, not many chicken shops in Chester. Good album.
The streets.
Yeah, old Adele. Yeah, just no, it's not really my go-to, and I don't eat meat on a bone. I'm a nugs and tendies guy, so yeah, it's not for me.
All right, so we're going number 5 for fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Number 4, I think this is the one that people are going to kick off with.
I don't think they are, because my justifications are right. Because we're talking about a specific style of pizza. Turn it over, knobbly pizza.
So to build the tension, number 4 is pizza.
It's pizza.
It's pizza.
It's pizza. Yeah, it's this pizza, fresh and hot and tasty on the box. You know what I mean?
It's also dough is not fresh. It's never
or
been
hot
fresh.
or tasty. There's never been more alive.
Or
than on
Italian.
that. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
It's none of the above, but it does a job.
When like the little Italian man's like that, I'm like, draw a fez on him. Stick a fez on him and make that more authentic, man.
That's why the Egyptians were walking around like that, you know, serving 2 pizzas.
Super Mario-ish. Definitely. Yeah, I just don't. It's the cheese. It ain't cheesing.
It's not cheesing like vegan cheese.
You know, when all the toppings are subpar, like the ham looks like the rubbers off the end of pencils. Like it's just that's what it looks like.
So true.
Pencil rubber ham.
Why is it so pink?
It's horrible. It's disgusting. Like everything. Like the sweet corn, I wouldn't fish with it. Like it's just shite. All the ingredients are shite.
And that's top 4.
And I also think the disparity between some of the other things on our list, between the worst and the best, I think pizza is the biggest floor to ceiling. If you go to like a proper pizza place, like fucking, even like if you go to like Rudy's or like, if you went to like a Stile Napolitano in Chester, which is like one of the best pizzas in Europe, apparently. You go to Italy quite a bit. You've had proper pizza.
I've had proper
even
pizza.
if you went to New York and got a slice off the street, and then went for some pizza with her. Then the disparity between that and like shout out the Caspian, but like I'm never getting a pizza from my takeaway. I think it's rubbish.
Fair play. Now, number 3, I'm fuming about this because I think this would have been at least number 2.
Do you know what this is? Do you know why I think you wanted it number 2?
Why?
Nostalgia.
But that's part of it.
No, it's like...
Have you ever seen Chef's Table? They're always like talking about the childhood.
Right, okay. I just think that you haven't had... Right, so tell them what it is.
It's chippy.
Right. The chippy in your head that you wanted number 2.
Birch Street chippy, yeah.
But you haven't had that experience since you were 15.
Yeah, I've not had a Friday night where I go and queue up.
That's what I mean.
My mum gives me a tenner and we can feed the family.
For 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not... And also, like I said, the menu's not vast enough. Like, what are you getting on a chippy menu?
Fish. Big fish.
Little fish in a cardboard box. Chips. Small chips, big chips, cone.
Yep. Scallop, which is round chip.
Yeah.
One big round chip.
Cross section of potato. Pie, if they've got any.
Yeah.
And they're bought in, pucker or whatever.
Hollands
or puckers, right? So shout out Spider-Man for his selection of pies. Pider-Man.
Sausage.
Yeah. Battered or unbattered, don't do a joke. No, I see what you was doing there.
Did you see the cogs
Yeah,
working? I was
you
like,
were thinking about Little Mo in EastEnders. Battered burger, disgusting.
don't do that on mine.
And then what?
Scraps.
And scraps.
But that's late at night at the
Oh,
chippy.
chicken breast, which is my...
Which I can't believe was a thing.
Yeah, but it is a thing.
But I think it's just, they just do it well. They don't. They actually do it badly.
That's the
but
thing.
they do it well. It just works.
I just don't... I think, again, when you... Having a chippy's like, you know when you go to McDonald's and you're like, if this is the McDonald's that I want it to be, it's going to be great.
Oh,
But it never is.
never is.
Like, and I think... Pizza can chat to Chippy about, so I think you're trying to swap it up. I think he's lucky to be in.
All right, Chippy's free. Chippy is free.
Yes.
Number 2.
Do you want me to do it?
In the voice. Your voice.
Yeah, I was going to say. Indian takeaway.
It's a classic.
Oh, it's a classic. If
So
you're from
British.
Glasgow.
But as you said, the thought of it all, they give you a little mint sometimes. They give you the bag.
It's this. Ooh.
What, eating with your hands?
Yeah, obviously. And it's like, oh, a bit of that. And I've told you, like, the issue, like, the reason why I probably kept it off top spot is that I think there's a timing and a heat issue.
Yeah. Once it's done,
Like, you
it's
can't,
done.
yeah, you can't.
Tools down, step away from your
Like, you
benches.
can't eat it
The
like
time
you
is
want to
up.
eat it
Yeah.
in the restaurant. Like, because ideally you would have your Papa Dogs first,
Always.
but you can't do it because your madras is freezing.
And also, you
And I'm not doing that thing where I put the oven on 80.
I don't reheat. Like, do you know when people go, just warm it up in the microwave?
Oh, no, I haven't got a microwave. But no, we'll chat about that on top 5 missing kitchen appliances. But
Mine's my NutriBullet. Hiya, Dylan. Thanks for taking that. That's my ex.
he's not bitter, though. So it's... No, people, like, they don't reheat it. They have the oven on low.
No.
So then when it comes, they put it all in and then they eat it like they would. So they'd have their Bargeesies. I love a Bargeesie, me.
Bargeesie.
Yeah.
All right, then. So what's coming in at number 1? I felt so radio then. So what's coming in at number 1?
Well, weirdly, number 1 on
It's
this
desserts.
menu is prawn crackers because it is the Chinese.
Oh, it just works.
It's so good.
What was your reasoning? You've told me this before. Why is it the one? What was the one that got in there?
Not only is it the best meal, it's also the best breakfast. Literally, my favourite breakfast is cold chicken fried rice in the fridge in the morning when I get up straight away.
Can you hear my stomach there?
Furry teeth, chicken fried rice.
They're at the fringe as well.
Because I asked for onion in it as well. So the onion goes crunchy in the fridge, crunchy onion thing. Oh, it's the best.
And also,
Don't do a joke about how I said crunchy onion ting as well.
most popular.
Is it?
I reckon. Well, there's over 1 billion Chinese people.
Yeah, but I don't think. This is the thing when people go, oh, I love it. They put a picture on, oh, I love a Chinese. And it's like, that's spicy nuggets and chips and curry sauce, which I don't think anyone in the Sichuan province has ever seen.
That's their number 3. That's their chippy.
Yeah. That was COVID to them. They didn't want that. They'd rather eat a wet bat than eat that. Like, it's ridiculous. I love it though. It's my favourite one. And like, it's the one because I don't eat leftovers other than that. That's the only leftovers I eat. So once I'm done with all the others, it means the remnants are still there. But with that one, it goes in the fridge, so there's also less regret.
And it feels less shameful.
It does.
So there we have it. Episode 1 done. We're going to go for Chinese now.
Yeah.
If you don't agree, get involved in the chat.
Put it in. Put your list on. Do your own list. We might have forgot some. Throw them in. I know dessert was mooted. We jibbed that off. Like, yeah, just let us know what you think the list should have been. You do your proper ranks.
Follow us on all the socials: Instagram, YouTube, Proper Rank Pod. Let's make this a thing.
Proper
Oh yeah,
Rank
who's
Pod.
forgetting that though? It's like when someone says
Me.
dot.
Oh yeah. The information superhighway.
The World Wide Web.
Whizzle.
Thanks for listening. We've got 2 more that have come out today, so get on there, download them, tell your mates. Let's make this a thing. You've made it a thing for other people. So make it a thing
It's
for
about
us.
time we had our thing. Give us a chance.
Give us a chance.
So say what you want to say. It's the only reason you wanted to release it on a certain day. Go on, do it.
See you next Tuesday.
Jackie Chan.